Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome. Hi, Long Roger. How are you? Good to see you. Mm, 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 mm. Let me get this game up here. There we go. So today we're going to be playing a little bit of a chill game. Um, this is called Lumberjack, as you can see from the title. I've done one of the endings by myself. I believe there's two more endings, which we're probably not going to finish the game today. It's really long. However, if I did sit down long enough by myself, I probably could complete it. But, how did you manage that, Long Roger? That makes no sense, dude. Um, so we're gonna continue from where I was. All I did was start a new game last night, but I didn't actually do anything. So I have played this game before. What you do is you have to go out. Basically, you are stuck in this area. You were kidnapped basically by gnomes. Sir, I'm gonna need you to sit down, get like an ice patch, get something for your back, get yourself all set up, and like just chill. Because that's not okay. Um, but so you're basically kidnapped by gnomes. They're evil gnomes, and you're supposed to basically help them chop down trees, which is what they tell you. Um, However, on the backside here, there is a little fairy in this orb, and the fairy has been captured by the gnomes, and essentially the fairies are the good guys, the gnomes are the bad guys. Um, I helped the fairies on my first playthrough, so we're going to help the gnomes on this playthrough and kind of see what happens. I'll probably stream this a couple times throughout the week, maybe, just to get us going. For now, we're starting completely fresh, completely over from scratch. So we have zero money, zero trees chopped down, and yeah. So we can get money from chopping down trees, but I believe first off, we have to start by talking to the gnome. This is all of our upgrades for how we throw, carry, all of that stuff. Right now, we're at the lowest of the low and sleep because it does get like super crazy. At nighttime, in this up in the top right corner in the purple section is when it's like super dark outside and you can't see anything. And yeah, I'll just show you guys what happens. Yeah, this game is pretty dope. It's really chill, so it gives me a chance to kind of just hang out with you guys, give me a little more stream time, play a game that I actually really enjoy playing. I should have my glasses. I'm probably going to call Marley and ask her to get my glasses for me. Because my eyes are just, today. Yeah, the game is actually really evil. I played the good. I've seen the bad one, so I know what happens with when you help the gnomes. But I don't know what happens if you don't help anybody. So, this play around, we're probably going to just help the gnomes. I haven't personally helped the gnomes, so, you know. But as you can see, I have these really cool, like, gauntlet hands just because I've played it before. And you can literally only carry one at a time right now. And the radius is super low. This just sucks. And all of my stamina is gone already for chopping for the day. But I'm going to go ahead and grab these little berries, refill myself really quickly, grab what I can grab. Oh yeah, it's in that purple phase. So we're going to I'm going to show you now while we're in this like really simple phase what happens if you stay out too late when it turns like super black. Basically, it gets really scary. You can't really see much. And not scary for me, but like, you know, if you were in the game, you'd probably be terrified if you were not in this area. And you would get kidnapped. So maybe, no, it's probably not going to happen because we're like in a little inner circle, I guess. I'll have to show you guys here in a bit. We have to get like 8, I think, to increase. Okay, let's go see what I can increase really quick. It's really fun. Have you played this game, Long Roger? Ah, I'm guessing you've just seen the game played before then. They're on my nightstand. But I did a kind of like a boo-boo when I helped the fairies, and I actually helped the fairies pretty much in pitch black. So like the entire sky, that's simulated. That's not real. That's not real at all. That sky is completely simulated. And basically they have you like in a, I don't know if it's a dome, but they have you like in a weird like world. It's not real at all. Nothing around you is actually real. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Is it like hard for you just to sit down in general? Or what is it that's making it difficult? And I'm sorry to hear that, because I know you love playing games and also watching people play games, you know? So that makes it even harder. Let's go grab, and these come back every day. Love these little mushroom things. Oh, yeah, that's rough. So I guess it's easier just for you to watch people, huh? You would do what again? Start a fire? Also, you coming in my chat last night completely fueled my decision of creating those channel point redemptions. So I've already let them know that it's happening, so they're fully aware that there's a possibility they will be sabotaged on Thursday. And I don't know if I'll be able to always stream on Fridays, so we'll see how that goes. Well, you know, picking up a pot, it's not very smart. Rest until morning because it's almost night. Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to see how they deal with it. I think it's going to be fairly funny to see. I've got to come up with the ideas. I'm thinking like you choose how I die, or you choose like who dies next kind of thing, and I'll do the bidding. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't have enough stamina for that. Got 52. I don't think it would be worth buying one of those drinks yet. Okay, I guess that's good. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Completely get it. I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the option of like you guys choosing like how I die or who dies next, and then or how the next person that I kill dies. I'm not gonna like obviously it's got to be a cooldown. There has to be a cooldown on it. I can't just go around and kill everybody, which I know you'd probably love that, but I'm not gonna do that for sure. However, I would love to be able to just kind of have a bit of a fun, but everybody is fully aware that they're going to be under some sort of watch, and that you guys are going to time it however you feel like timing it. And I will gladly kill whoever you guys ask me to kill. In game, of course, not in real life. That was almost perfectly timed, babe. My husband in the background goes, "What?" After I say that about killing people. I think that it would be fun to be able to kill every person at least once per stream, but that's also like, you know, we'll see. I'll also have that conversation with Unkempt, since it is also like his stream, since we're co-streaming. You know, I don't want to do anything that's gonna like tick him off too much. Those technically are his stream nights as well. Technically, I'm only joining him. And also just streaming it while I'm doing so. So my question about this fire, Long Roger, is was there not like flour to throw on the fire like pot full of fire? Um, Also, did you not think of that, or was that just your first option? Was just run outside with fire pot in hand? That would be kind of like a twist, yeah. I mean, I could make it a massive amount of points. Like, say I do like 1,000 points, and maybe that's not massive, but maybe like 1,000 points, and you guys don't just get to pick who I choose to kill, but you like I could just kill everybody by like bringing a horde, going out, finding a horde, and just bringing the whole horde back with me without saying anything. Like, I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay. Fire extinguisher didn't do anything. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I get it. Well, if it's a grease fire, fire extinguisher's not going to put that out, depending on like what kind of fire extinguisher. But a household fire extinguisher definitely won't put that out. Flour will put it out for sure. Um, I actually had to talk somebody through a grease fire one time while on the phone while I was in high school. Because a girl called me screaming and freaking out because she didn't know what to do, and she ended up getting burns all over her body because she thought that she could put water on it and it made it worse. Oh yeah, that makes sense. If it's grease, hot oil, hot grease, that's always going to be worse. Yeah. I don't necessarily have an idea of where I'm going. Oh, yeah, absolutely not. That would have made it worse. That fire would spread really quickly with water. That would have made the house go up. Yeah, it's one of the first things that I learned when cooking. And I've never had a grease fire in my kitchen, knock on wood, you know. I'm very thankful for that. I have to swap my things around my windows. It's easier for me to see you right here where I'm looking. Hello? Okay. I don't need the drone yet. That's good. That's really good. You guys got very lucky. Hopefully, you guys are good to replace it, you know? Hopefully, money wise, it's not too expensive to replace. Yeah, I don't have that yet, but we'll get there. Sorry if that's annoying to you or it triggers you. I'll try to find the thing as quickly as possible so you don't have to hear the beeping a lot. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, I think it's through the trees over there. Oh, that's wonderful. That's really good. I know my mentor, she had to get her microwave and her refrigerator and stuff replaced, and I had to order everything, so I know pricing on that stuff is not too cheap, but as long as you guys, you know, it didn't put you out, you had the money to be able to replace it, that's good. Yeah. There we go. So you can shut up. It's so loud and so annoying. We probably won't have a super long stream today. Maybe like 2 hours or so. Just kind of chill because my body is not equipped to sit here all night like I did last night. Oh yeah, I'm sure. As long as they were cool about it, you know? And I'm sure you guys have like renter's insurance or something. If there's any other damage that they want to try to put on you. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure of that. Oof. One thing I do know is that a lot of people don't like to mess with anybody that's a veteran because the veterans have a lot of support behind them. The VA might suck, but you know, at least the support system that they have behind them is really good. Yeah, I believe that. I see that. Yeah. I can completely understand that. Oh, I've got to get this throw distance up. Oh my gosh, it sucks. Starting a new save with, like, bare minimum of anything, it sucks. Because I maxed out everything on my last save, so... Oh, yeah. You had support all the way. So now that I have nothing on me, I'm gonna walk out here. Oh, wow. Just pick more up. When you're out in the dark, it's really creepy and you can get lost fairly easy. Oh, it's not doing it yet. Maybe I've got to be deeper into the forest. I think that you have a lot of charisma and you reach the right people for you. I will say that. You reach the right people for you. And I think everybody has that power. Some people just choose to play victim all the time rather than, you know, going out and doing what they need to do for themselves. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is and isn't a good trait to have. Because while we all love somebody who's a go-getter and, you know, who gets things done, we also want you to do it safely and in a way that's not going to hurt you or hurt anybody else, you know? Holy cow, look at that money. I didn't even see that. Okay. Okie doke. Oh, 14. That's not that much of a difference. I guess it's doubling. Well, yeah. You know what I mean. I don't mean, like, physically, like, because you're unable to do it, or you're not able to do it because you know your physical limitations, but I mean like hurt you like in a way that's not repairable. You know what I mean? But the military always gives people that sort of attitude for the most part. It changes them in that way where it's a mentality of like, it needs to get done. Well, I guess I need to do it. It's going to be me. I'm going to step up. Now, everybody doesn't take that away from the military. It's just some people. I need to work towards that. You know, there's a lot of people who come out of the military who have that, like they learn to joke. Health insurance doesn't fix your body, though. And the VA does a crap job. I know that for sure. VA is not good. Maybe I'm far enough in. Well, I know you wouldn't expect or you wouldn't accept anything but the best that you can actually get because you've been through some things. I remember a couple years ago how the VA wasn't doing what they were supposed to do where you were. You pretty much gave up on everything. You were at a point of like, I don't really even care about life anymore. So, I'm really glad that you're not there anymore mentally, emotionally, you know? That makes sense. I think I'm gonna save off. I think we've all like really been through some of those dark times, and I know that I have, and it took a while for me to get through that myself. And that's not to say that it doesn't come and go, because sometimes it comes back, and you know, but we just have to find purpose and a reason for, you know, continuing. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yes, I do. I definitely know. And I'm glad she's in your life. Once you met her, everything changed. I'm really glad for it. was telling Unkempt the other day, I've gotten to this stage where I'm uncomfortable sitting for too long without a cushion, but the cushion hurts my butt if I sit on it. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I got this chair within the last year. So, it's probably just the kind of chair. I probably need, like, some sort of a cushion for it. I don't even know, like, I don't understand why I have the the pain. But I'm at that point. Okay, let's see. Throw distance, carry capacity. Those two are, like, most important for me. $21 is a good number. Oh my gosh, only 118. That's crazy. I feel like I would have had way more trees by now. I wonder what the fastest run through of this game is. And I know there's probably not that many people who have played it. A lot of people probably don't think this game is any good. It was only, I think it was like only $6 on Steam when I got it, when it first came out. And it's been really good. It's a simple little game. But yeah, if you see me readjusting or like stand up and stretch, that's all it is. Like my back is fine. It's like my lower back. It's just not okay to sit and stand for too long. Sit in one spot for too long. Now, I can lay down and I'm perfectly fine. But sitting... might have to switch chairs. I have a cushion behind my back, and then I have one under my butt. It's crazy. Really? That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that because this game is super fun. It's super easy too. I know Game Edge played it, and I saw it when he played, and he was the reason that I got it because I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I absolutely have to play this. I gotta save the money up to increase my axe to level 2. That's like my next thing, I think. Because these darker colored trees are level 2. Hello. Why won't you let me hit this? Okay. Oh, I have no more... I have no more stamina. That's why. Makes sense. We're getting closer to nighttime, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep. A lot of people, who played this game gave it really good reviews. It's simple. There's like a simple plot to it. There's a simple like, hey, this is the outcome. So, I like it at least. Can't wait until we get into the bigger bucks. I think when I ended my gaming, because I finished this last night. I think when I finished last night, the actual, the first playthrough, I had like over $100,000 just sitting because I had already maxed everything out. And I don't think I did not chop down all the trees. Maybe more than 100,000. Have you watched all three of the endings by chance? Mm. Okay. So I think I picked everything up. So I can't go into there yet. I do have enough to increase my axe one time. So we'll get a little bit more money. I think these next ones are $5 per. I don't think I have enough to increase much. Sprint speed, we'll do that. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Did you post pictures last night of the ones that you finished yesterday? I didn't look. I meant to look. I like after we got off, I ended up going pretty much straight to sleep. So I think you came into Discord for like a few minutes, and after that I was just gone. It was before midnight I went to bed. Especially if you're painting small things, I'm sure that takes a lot of, focus for you to have to hold your hands a certain way. Excuse me. Ah, okay. I'll still take a look in a little bit. Here in a few minutes, I'm gonna need a break anyways. Oh, here we go. This is what happens like when it gets too dark. If you don't go back into the thing. I always thought that was really creepy. Yeah, I think you told me that last night. It was like bronze and green, I think you said. Yeah. See, I have a little bit of memory of the happenings of last night. Now, can you ask me a whole bunch of stuff? No. Oh, excuse me. I haven't streamed for 4 hours like that in a very long time. So to get, like, to jump back into it 2 nights in a row just had me like, woo. Yeah, I got you. $500. What's the next one? Oh, 1,000. Okay. The pain or the paint? Okay, I was gonna say, if the paint is called wrought iron, that must be real hard. I was gonna say, I've never heard of pain called that before. Oh. Yeah. I don't know how long I'm gonna last sitting here. I might have to change chairs. Might do that here in a minute. The only thing I think that I don't like about this game is that even when you have max skills, there's still areas on the map that you cannot throw from. Like, if your skills are max, I think you should be able to... yeah, I need to cook dinner, too, here in a little bit. We went to a picnic. Well, we had a picnic earlier. We went to the splash pad about 20 minutes away and met up with some of Marley's friends, parents and her friend, and let her basically have a play date, and we really enjoyed ourselves, but it started raining, and then, I mean, well, we stayed because it didn't rain hard enough for us to have to leave. But and we had our canopy tent out there, so we were kind of cool. But we had lunch, but you know, we had a late breakfast, early lunch. A late breakfast, a late lunch, and then dinner will be here in a little bit. Yeah, I like to do stuff like that. It's nice just to grab a couple sandwiches, you know, and take them to the park. Yeah, I'm gonna change chairs. Bear with me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. I changed back to my old chair because I gave it to Marley and I was good. There we go. It was good for a little while. Well, you should do that. You guys should have a date night at least once a month. We try, but we don't always get to do that because bills and, you know, we do family stuff together. But we try, like, at least every couple months to go out somewhere and do something, and it's been a little while. I think Valentine's Day was the last time we actually went out and did something together, so we're already trying to plot and plan what our next thing is going to be. Because we need to be able to get out of the house, too, you know? Every couple needs that, even if it's not like to get away from the kids kind of thing. It's still nice. Is that because of mental and emotional, or is that just because you don't want to, or because it's painful for you to do it? Because I understand if it would trigger you to get out of the house. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine too. Sometimes for me, it's mental. Um, there's a lot of times where my husband says, "Oh, let's go out and let's go do something." And I'm just like, "Yeah, no, I just want to be home. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be home." So sometimes we'll go get food and we'll come back and sit down and eat and watch TV together. And it's just the two of us, and we'll have basically a date night at home with no child. And we need it sometimes. One thing I would say is that, yeah, I get that. I have a very bad social anxiety when it comes to people. I'm not a kind of person who will go up and say, "Hi, how you doing? Let's be friends." I'm just not that kind of person. My husband knows that, and he knew that when I met him, and I did, let him know I have a social anxiety. I won't go to like birthday parties for kids. I would rather drop my child off. However, I do go sit because I've had to learn to say hi and actually talk to people. As a mom, when you have kids want to have friends. And yeah, it's not always good. It's not always fun. But you have to learn to make the best of it. I understand. We're actually tearing through these upgrades. I guess also because I know what's important now, and we're also hitting a couple that are bigger. I understand 100%. Um, I think for me, mine would probably be honesty. I'd rather somebody be honest to me and tell me the truth. Honesty and loyalty, I guess. Those are the two hardest things to find in the world. Is somebody who's just gonna, like, hold you accountable for yourself as well. My husband doesn't like it, but he is definitely in need of an accountability person, and I often am that person. And he doesn't like it most of the time, but yeah. But holding somebody accountable, making sure that that person is like, kind of has somebody to check them for them, it's always good. And it's not necessarily that he doesn't like that I hold him accountable. I think more so he just doesn't like when I correct him on things, because he thinks that, well, everybody always thinks that they're right about everything. And a lot of times we don't remember to check ourselves before we say things or do things. And sometimes the things that we say or do are more hurtful than we realize to other people. And my husband is one of those people who kind of, sometimes he thinks about the things he says, but most of the time he just runs off of what is emotionally in his, or emotionally driving him, or what's in his brain at the moment. And he just says well, this is how I feel, and your opinion doesn't matter. And he's kind of had to learn that that's not how that works. And just because there is a conversation happening doesn't mean that every time that somebody says something that you have to respond. And that's something that I recently had to relearn and to remember, that you don't always have to respond to everybody just because they say something. Mm. But what I was saying is a response is not always needed. Not required, not needed. Sometimes there's certain things that are not worth a response or worth your time. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it does. Some people like to have something to kind of like bounce off of or like attach themselves to. I don't see that part of you. I could never see you not responding. The Long Roger that I've always known has been a very responsive person who always has something quirky to say. But I guess like if you're arguing with somebody, there's no point in arguing. Most people like an argument and eh. Yeah, well, with wait, the arguing or the not talking part? Oh, yeah. Well, for men have it bad. I'm not even gonna lie. I just look at my husband and he just knows most of the time if a response is warranted. And sometimes even when it's not warranted, he still says something back. And that whole thing that happens when a woman gets mad, they just stop talking to you. The silent treatment kills him all the time. When he realizes that I'm angry, he'll do silly stuff like, "Oh, um, what's for dinner? You see me cooking, don't you? If you can see me cooking and you know what's in my hand, why are you asking me what's for dinner? Because you want me to talk to you? Well, the more I talk to you, the more I just want to hit you. Or I just want to chew your head off. I don't want to talk to you." "Oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. Um, can I ask you just one more thing?" It happens. All relationships happen like that. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. And trust me, I know that you do. You've been through a lot of things. Boo, boo, boo. Nothing is really worth getting that bent out of shape over, if I'm being honest. I've had to learn that myself. I used to get angry a lot. And sometimes I still do. I have my moments. A righteous anchor. I don't know what that means. A righteous anger. That's funny. Where you have to be right about everything and then you get angry if you're not. Or angry about things that don't go your way. Or all of the above. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course. I mean, it was written to protect us from people who get God complexes. You know? Yeah. Well, you know, Trump is trying to rewrite that now. Not that I'm on a political stance of any sort. I know that I'm not a Trump supporter, and I'll just leave it at that. Usually I go with the lesser of two evils. Oh. I leaned back and my whole back cracked. Like my whole spine just like... Yeah, for sure. Once you say yes, it's kind of like there's no going back, you know? It's kind of drilled into you every day after that, especially in the military. Military, the police force, all of that. Yeah, of course. And a lot of people say that once they get out, that's the end of that. But let's be honest. Once you're out of the military, are you really out of the military? Because the military is still in you. They drilled in you what they wanted to drill into you, and you learned every bit of that, and you hold it in you every single day. Not one person can say that they don't hear something that reminds them from their military days, and sometimes they're not triggered. And I don't mean like in a like emotional, mental, like, oh, that scared the life out of me when I hear firecracker kind of things. I mean, like, there's going to be things that you hear. No, exactly. You're not. You're never, not even just in the eyes of the government, honestly. Once you retire from the military, you might be retired, but that means nothing. You still have to carry around what you learned on the inside. Things are second nature to you. Your real life is second nature. Is not second nature. It's like your first nature is always going to be what you learn in the military because they drilled that into you. And afterwards, anything else comes after. And it's hard to go back to the real world or like, life outside of the military. And a lot of, there's a lot of people who get out and they can't handle real life outside of the military. They think it's like a sunshines and rainbows, but they forget how much I won't just say stability, but it wasn't necessarily stability, but how much structure they had in the military. And when they get out and they're not being held to structure. Yeah, I believe that. I fully believe that. Now, before you went to the military, were you like that? Yeah. But you also see it from a standpoint of things that are different because you were on the other end where you were given orders and told to do whatever was necessary at the time, And you didn't really have a choice. And if you went against the orders, then you get in trouble. Uh, PTSD my behind. That sounds like a cover up for what the military doesn't want you to be able to say is their fault. PTSD does not make you have it does and it doesn't. It does not make you have violent outbursts though. PTSD, you just have a fight or flight and you typically either go with flight or fight. But PTSD is where you relive the circumstances and you feel as if you were feeling those things. That is not. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. go. Sorry about that. I have ads on, but I have it on the recommended setting. Whatever the recommended setting is. No, I don't recall. What was the drone again? It's probably 200 of those, wasn't it? What is it? Oh, I have to get the parts, and then I need... Sure, I mean, you can always message it to me on Discord, and I'll read it later. I try to be as responsive as possible. I'm not always on. And I'm sure you have experiences. Plenty of them. I've had my own I've had my own experiences. Obviously I'm not married to that person. But I was engaged to somebody who was in the military, and he was deployed for half of our relationship, and it was rough. Now, he did not come back from war, so I didn't have to experience that portion of it, but almost a year of deployment, that's, and having communication cut because certain things happened, it was pretty scary. Not gonna lie, there's, like, I have my own stress, and, like, I've realized with my husband even, like, Marley and I took a trip for my birthday back home to my parents, and my husband stayed home because we have dogs, and, well, we had 2 dogs. We rehomed our puppy last weekend because I just couldn't deal with it. And I ended up, but he was here for those like five days that we were gone, and it was just a lot, and I really needed a break. And I realized when he's not with me, I'm on edge, I'm a little more stressed, and I realized how much security just having him with me is. And I realized, like, there's one thing that I could never do again, is just being a military spouse. I couldn't do it. That would be really rough because I need him. And not necessarily to say like I need him in every second of my day, but I know for a fact that if he was not here with me physically and emotionally to be able to talk to me throughout my day, and I did not see him every single day, I don't know if I would be okay. Because every person has a person, and that's my person. 100% my person. Sleep. Oh no, I can't sleep till morning. That would be a waste. Let's go in here. I still have more. No, I don't have enough for that. Okay, let's grab sprint endurance because I run a lot. Yeah, it does. It does. But the person that I am now, I can't. And when I say I've been through a lot, I've been through a lot, and it's mentally and emotionally draining with that aspect. Like I mean, I can say it. I'm not going to say where they were or anything like that, but they were over in the Middle East. I can say that much. And we were on Skype one day, and I get to sit there and like we're talking, and it's late night for us here in the States, but there it was like, morning time for them. And it was at a time that it was off time for him. He wasn't at work, and he was just chilling. And all I see is him just sit up, head perked up. And I don't think I've ever seen a person move so fast in my life to put clothes on and like, still have like basketball shorts on, put like pants and boots and run out the door. And all I hear, like, as he's running out the door is, "I'll be back." And then I realize as he opened the door, there's a siren going off. And I'm like, oh. Well, he did not come back that day. Not very long after that happened, maybe an hour or so after waiting, maybe an hour or so, all communication got cut for days. And I was left mentally unsure of what was going on, emotionally freaking out. And it got to a point with that relationship where for the whole time that he was overseas, for every 2 days that I was awake, I'd only sleep 1 hour per 2 days. So I would literally only sleep for 2 hours in the 2 days and I was running on just pure emotion, adrenaline, just worried about like, okay, am I gonna find out? His family doesn't even know me. What is going on? It was a lot. So to go from that to knowing that I have the stability, that my husband's in the next room, I can call at any point in time on his phone while he's at work, and I know that if he cannot answer in that moment, he will see my call and he will call me right back as soon as he can. It's hard from the spouse or the significant other standpoint, and I'm sure it's even harder on the other end. So I never take that for granted. Oh, I'm sure. Does she know the truth about it now? It also takes, on the flip side of what you said, it also takes a very special person, military-wise, not to cheat. Because the personnel that's in the military can also, That's why I know a lot of people who are in the military, if they end up getting married or end up being together, they end up not letting anybody know. Oh Lord. Well, I guess maybe that is also for the best, because you don't want her to know some of the bad or any of the bad. You'd prefer to preserve her image of you, correct? And I'm sure a lot of it is hard to talk about. Stress inducing for sure. But like I said, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. If you don't want to write it, that's fine. I'd prefer not to trigger you in any sort of way. Oh, I'm sure. Well, you know, for you guys, there's a reason that they train you guys to stay awake for X amount of hours and not sleep and not be able to, you know, take your eyes off of the gate and crazy stuff like that. There's a reason for everything that they train you guys to do. I'm sure. And I'm sure he probably hasn't told anybody because he doesn't want to freak them out too. There's a lot of things that people can't handle. And one thing I will say is that there's a lot of people, like, if you talk to civilians about some of the things that have happened that you've done, civilians don't know how to handle that, and they don't know how to see you as the same person that you were before. And they don't understand how you came back here alive and you did all of those terrible things, not thinking about how it was keeping yourself safe or other people safe, even them safe. Yeah, of course, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, you know, now the military now is like almost like a freaking teenager camp compared to what it was back when you were in the military, I'm sure. Cuz now they have like these little stress cards, and they evaluate them to try to avoid the PTSD faction of it. Like there's a lot of things. So if they start getting too stressed during yeah, I figured that. I figured that. Boom, boom. Yeah, of course. And I think that's with most people. Most of the military doesn't actually see combat nowadays. Most of the military doesn't even get a deployment. Yeah, trust me, I know. My adopted family, a lot of my family was military. So if I had went, it wouldn't have been like out of place. My dad was in the Dutch Air Force. My dad's sister, so my aunt is actually a NATO officer currently, and my my grandfather was in the Air Force. And then a couple of my uncles, I think all three of my uncles fought in Desert Storm actually. Oh, I'm sure. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about joining the Air Force. I thought about it, and I could have. My GPA was really high, and I could have taken the test. I just chose not to. Chose not to. At the time, like physically, my body was like top shape. I was like 7% body fat at that point in my life. There was a time I almost became a police officer. There's so many things. I believe that. However, do you think that mentally and emotionally he would have been able to handle the things that you went through and the things that you saw or the things that you did? That's one of those things that you always have to like remember, that sometimes it's not just about, you wanting the experience or you wanting the money or whatever the case is. Sometimes, it's more than that. Would you have been able to handle that kind of stress? Yeah, I'm sure. Not everybody's built for the same, you know? Not everybody's built for that. Okay. I know I'm not working in the same spaces every time I go back. It doesn't really make a difference to me. They're all going to end up leading me into more trees and into the woods. So I'm not necessarily worried about finding the drone pieces right this second. I just want to get money up and get my stats, kind of max them out as much as possible. The faster I max stats out, the faster I can burn through trees. Yeah. Of course, physically, but emotionally and mentally, that's different. Some people lose their minds. People lose who they are. And some people can never get that back. And I don't think you ever go back to being normal. If I'm being very honest, I don't think anybody ever really goes back to being normal or who they were before, you know? Yeah. I 100% believe that. You know how nice this is to be able to go through this and not have to worry about if the little gnome guys on their little helicopters in the sky with the light beams are going to come find you. I was so close so many times to being caught, and I don't know what happens if you do get caught. They probably just throw you in jail. Deforestation, because I hit 1,000. Nice. I'm not saving the fairies this time. Oh, it's nighttime. We're about to get thrown back. Oh, boo. Yeah, we're gonna get caught by the darkness monster. Oh, yeah. That is 10,000. Ooh. Stamina. You say they don't deserve it. Oh, that's so funny. You're so evil. So the fairy ending lets you escape without any issues. And I know that the gnome ending, they imprison you after you do what they ask. But I don't know what happens if you just chop down all the trees and do nothing. Like, I don't know if there's another ending, if I'm being honest. Okay, we're going away. There's some giant caves in here also. So you haven't watched somebody play all of them? All of the endings? Because usually you're the first one who's ready to spoil the ending for somebody. I think I saw it over here. You and Moonslayer are really good with, like, if somebody says they want to know. Went right past it. It's crazy. Okay. Get us close to that 200 for that lantern. Maybe we'll have 200 by the time we're done with this. Yeah, probably. So what's for dinner? I'd say cut every tree down and just live in the cabin for the rest of your pitifully life. Sounds good, right? Yeah. Nobody wins then. I win. Look at all of these mushrooms. It's huge. Does this one? Yeah, this one goes somewhere. This one does not go anywhere. So let's get these and let's go back. Hi, Moonslayer. Speak of the devil and they shall appear. I was just talking about you. About how you like to ruin endings if somebody tells you that they want to know. We're about to get caught by the dude all over again. I'd never been in a cave when it happened. Ooh, steak sounds really good. I'm probably gonna make some like shrimp stir fry or something. Yeah. I've got it. Sweet. Thank you. Oh, let's grab some mushrooms. Oh, I said that what I was telling Long Roger is that you like to share with people when they ask you about like endings of games and stuff. You like to ruin it. If they say, "Hey, I want to know the ending," you'll just tell them about it. He only tells at this point now. He only tells me if I ask him, because most of the time I tell him I don't want to know. And sometimes on the rare occasion I say, whatever. What is it? Yeah. Because you used to tell me regardless, and I'd be like, no, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I used to panic when Moonslayer would try to start telling me stuff about games. On the inside, that is, not on the outside. Oh, how are you? Did you do any grocery shopping this week? Yeah, I did completely, really completely did the wrong thing. Did not mean to mod them. I meant to get them on up out of here. Oh, wonderful. We've been doing a lot of healthy food grocery shopping. So every week I've been making sure to get like strawberries and bananas and avocados and blueberries and stuff like that, fruits and veggies and stuff. I think we're doing like a shrimp stir fry for dinner with a homemade sauce instead of store-bought. Just potatoes, Long Roger? Oh, so with this lantern now, at nighttime the darkness thing isn't going to come after you, and you can just stay out and chop as much as you want. As long as you have the energy for it, you can just chop. Oh, that's nice. Do you live in in the country, like areas or something? That sounds like that's not very city. However, we do have farmers markets here, and we live in the city, so. The amount of people has nothing to do with where you shop. Unless it's just off of your income alone. He said, I will not move back into the middle of nowhere. Understood. The way that I think that Just Not Good lives in the country. And he has a really hard time sometimes getting people to deliver stuff for him. That makes sense. Just because you have to doesn't mean that you want to, though. But you can't have the space in the land. You can't have the space, the land, and the privacy that you want if you don't move further out. As I've thought about it when we go to look to buy a house, my husband's very much a city guy, and I'm just like, no, because when anything in the world happens, if there isn't a zombie apocalypse per se, I would prefer to live out in the country than live in the city. 100% for certain. Yeah. Become a prepper. I don't remember if it was mushrooms or if it was sap that he wanted for the drone. Oh, it's 200 mushrooms. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to go back. Um. I forgot that my husband was in the next room, honestly. He hasn't said a thing for the last, 2 hours. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. Yeah, I remember. I'll leave that there so I know that I didn't go that way. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's so nice of you. It's really nice of you. Yeah, of course. That's one thing that military does teach you is about how to be brotherly and sisterly to those who are in need, for sure. Now, does everybody always do it? No. Even though it's a brotherhood. You know? I'm confused about how those logs are there. Those are not even the types of trees that are in this area. Mm. we're gonna get ready to wrap this up here in a few minutes. So I've been going for about 2 hours. Yeah. Ah, that makes sense. So it just drops everything. That makes sense. Thank you for that, Long Roger. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I love this game. I played it before. I think I showed you this game before, Moonslayer. Possibly. In Discord. Okay. My child turned into a horse. All of a sudden, I hear elephants upstairs. Stampede. I guess it is ask and you shall receive. I think we should go ahead and head back. Whew, goodness. I think we'll head back to base, and then once we get there, we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream. It has been a very long day. Yeah. Yes, you will. I don't remember seeing any of those, but that's okay. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Long Roger, for hopping in. Thank you for sitting and chatting with me for this long. It's been a very good stream. But yeah, gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Hopefully, I can play this a couple more times throughout the week, and we can just have a really chill chat, really chill stream, and hopefully get some maxed out skills going. But I thank you guys for joining me, and I thank you guys for being here, and I thank you for the great conversation, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys.